Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you on this rainy Sunday morning? By the time you view this video, it will be Friday, which is Good Friday. But it is raining here. After such a beautiful day yesterday, I woke up to rain. And I had my hair straightened. Usually you see me with it really curly and stuff. And I was like, of all the weekends, why this weekend? But anyways, I wanted to film this video because I came up with this topic today when I was out grocery shopping, and that is how to find your voice as a creative. So stay tuned. Your voice as a creative. Where should I start? I think I should start with the fact that one of the main themes that I have been reviewing and going over on this channel this year was being yourself, being true to who you are, and not looking at everyone else around you and trying to compare yourself to them. That ties in with today's topic of how to find your voice. You might say, what do you mean, how do I find my voice? I am a photographer. I take pictures for special events, or I am an artist, and I work on pieces to be displayed or to go on display in art shows, or as a writer or singer. The list goes on and on. I think that this can be applied to people who aren't artists per se. I want to give you an example of, finding your voice and knowing who you are as a creative. Let me use a horse per se. I love horses, and the one thing about a horse is that it is easily distracted by the horse next to it. So you have horses teamed up to either pull a plow or pull a wagon, or even in races. They are easily distracted to the horse next to them. And the one thing you'll find on a lot of horses, no matter what they're doing, are what's called blinders. And they put those blinders on so that the horse will look straight ahead, know their path, whether they are to race, whether they're a racehorse, or whether they are pulling a plow. I think only Amish people do that, but if you do, I'm sorry. We have tractors now, but back in the days when horses did pull plows, the blinders, say this horse, saw even a rabbit or something and it got spooked, or it was easily spooked, that blinder would keep it from being distracted by everything around them. Same with a racehorse, same with the Amish horses that I live near Amish country that you see on the side of the road. So us as humans, we are not going to put on blinders. We're not horses, but we can have safeguards around us. For instance, you have Instagram and you are following people that you are finding yourself being discouraged because maybe their platform is bigger, or you're discouraged because they have programs that they have out that, they're making money, they're monetizing their platform, or you see their pictures and it looks like they are succeeding far above anything that you are at the moment. I have heard other creatives say, just unfriend these people. But why? Sure, you should put safeguards in place. But my idea of safeguarding myself sometimes is to just mute people. You can mute people so that you don't see them in your timeline. so that you don't see their updates, like on Twitter. I'm not sure if you can mute people on Facebook. That's one thing I have not tried. But you can unfollow them, I believe, on Facebook, but not unfriend them. Because to unfriend them, there's no need to go to such drastic extremes. You might say, well, muting them is the same thing. No, it's not. You can get yourself focused and under control, and then after a while, you will remember them, because chances are, if you are jealous of their huge platform, you remember their name, and you can unmute them and go to their page and see what they're up to. So that's one way to find your voice. If you are easily distracted by the online community and constantly comparing yourself, just mute them. It doesn't mean you're angry at them. It doesn't mean that you're bitter or that you want nothing to do with them. You can silence the noise. Another thing that I have done on multiple occasions when I've been extremely discouraged was to just simply delete the apps off of my phone. And you will be surprised at how many times a day you are clicking on these apps to check statuses and to check what's going on around the world. And you will find that it's a horrible habit that you have. And that cuts into your creativity as a creator, constantly comparing yourself, and your voice might even end up sounding like them. You might pick up some lingo and all this other stuff. So if you don't want to mute them and you don't want to go to that, you can always delete the apps off of your phone for a weekend or for a couple of weeks. Another thing you can do is just simply plug your phone in one room and refuse to go and look at it for the entire day. You don't have to delete apps. You don't want to mute. Just go out, take a walk. Spend time with your kids. Play with your puppy. Watch a good movie. Watch that Netflix video or show that you have been dying to watch. Read a good book. Take a hot bubble bath. Spend time away from the noise. Because honestly, before this technology came into play, I think people might have been discouraged by newspaper articles or magazine articles or possibly the news. But they had to take precautions back then if they were a creator and just cut down on all the noise and constantly comparing yourself to other people. There is nothing wrong with having an idol and trying to emulate or learn things from them. But in the long run, if you are trying to, say, write, and you are seeing a particular author who is extremely successful in their career, and you say, say for instance, they write romance, and you say, well, they are so extremely well off and they are doing very well in this romance category. I'm going to write romance. And you read all their books and you study them and you get to know them per se, and then you sit down and you start writing romance. The first problem with this entire scenario is, do you like writing romance? Are you writing this because they wrote it, or are you writing it because it's something you, as the writer and author, love to write? If you don't love this particular subject, it will eventually fall apart. If you don't love doing and saying and writing and creating and drawing and taking certain pictures, if you don't like this particular thing that you're trying to emulate, first of all, it will be crappy. Second of all, it will eventually shatter because it's built on a house of lies. So, how can you find your voice? If you are a writer, read. If you are a drawer or painter, or you love doing art, go to art galleries. Look up famous artists and look at all, look through their art. If you are a photographer, there are photography shows. I know that they have I know that we have fairs nearby, and they have contests with photography. So I'm sure no matter what your creative field is, you need to study other people. But if you find yourself becoming envious of them, then put those blinders on. Walk away from the social media. Find your voice by practicing and studying and reading, and eventually just sitting down and doing the art that you were called to do, and be you. I can't stress that enough. What makes each and every one of us beautiful in our own sense is being ourselves, talking the way we talk, reacting the way we react, dressing the way we dressed, doing our hair the way we do it, using our own backdrop. I have told several people who want to start YouTube channels, the ones who have said to me, I'll do it once I get all the equipment and the backdrop and the lighting and all that. Listen, I've had this channel for a year, and let me tell you, I video on a little tripod that I purchased on Amazon. I don't have lighting. I use natural lighting from the light in the office in which I'm sitting, and I use my iPhone 7 Plus. That's all you need. Be yourself. If you don't want to wear makeup, don't wear it. Find your own voice. Find your own identity. And in doing so, you will draw into you like-minded people. And above everything else, be consistent. I want to end this video by encouraging you to drop in the comments below your passion or your creative niche. When I say niche, I mean the field in which you are most comfortable as a creator. Do you write music? Do you write stories? Do you write poetry? Do you draw? Are you a painter or an artist of some sort? Do you like photography? What is it that you do as a creator? Secondly, I want you to also put in the comments below something that is individual about yourself. This will require some self-reflection. Tell me that something that is just individual to who you are as a person. And if you like this type of content, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the little bell so that you know when I put up videos. And like I say to all my fellow writers each and every week, just keep on writing.